Alright guys, so I'm gonna try and make this video as quick as possible. So um, I have a huge dilemma with meterless launchers in interest fighting games, especially with these recent installments. So I'm not gonna go through the entire list of characters. I'm just gonna focus on these two, and then that's just gonna be it. And then I'll talk about these cameo fighters right now. So Sonya Blade is +1 on her overhead, her now overhead classic leg grab. What I'm a little perplexed by is that you can start up combos with that. You can side switch the opponent with that. You can extend your combos off of it. And it's a great mix-up tool now since it's an overhead, right? Now, what doesn't make any sense to me is the fact that she's +1 on block, creates massive amounts of pushback, and a little bit of block stun, when she should be rightfully unsafe on block to where you can be punished for doing that option. Instead, they made it to where, like, okay, your main option is to either attempt to interrupt it or armor. You possibly can go for like an invulnerable move depending on the cameo fighter. But see, then that kind of forces you to pick a different cameo fighter, which could kind of fuck with your playstyle a little bit. You understand what I'm saying? And this is the point I'm making. Normal combo strings, such as like Liu Kang's 1-2-1, right, makes sense for it to have like a flawless by gap in it. You understand what I'm saying? Or you can armor through it, right? That shit makes sense. But when you go for like a meterless launcher, there's quite a few characters in this game where they're safe on block. Raiden's literally -3 on his 4-3-4. It not only can break armor, but you can't even up block it. Even if you flawless block it, I mean, that's all you can do really, because it still makes him safe. But what doesn't make any sense is that you're going for a move that is literally, and I'm not even joking, that is literally a meterless launcher that generates maximum amounts of damage, or massive amounts of damage at that, depending on your skill when it comes to combos, right? And there are quite a few characters that do the same shit that Raiden can do, right? But this is where my problem comes into play. It makes it to where players don't have to learn how to actually hit confirm. You understand what I'm saying? That's what's leaving me really perplexed. That's why I find this whole situation a major dilemma. Because if you go to Reptile, Kung Lao, or Sub-Zero, you have to actually learn how to hit confirm. You can't just do that move and then think something's not gonna happen to you. But it's like with these other characters, like Omni-Man, you know what I mean? Like these niggas got he got 2 meterless launchers, bro, and they're both safe on block. However, there are little holes inside of his combo strings where you can armor, you can do this and you can do that. And I know I'm gonna hear somebody repeat what I said. Well, you can, if you could do all that, then why are you saying something? The point is that if you commit into a move that can generate massive amounts of damage, and if I was actually to be hit by one of those moves, you can get a lot of damage on me, especially if your cameo fighter is present and not on cooldown time. Why is it that like fucking Sub-Zero, Reptile, Kung Lao, and certain other fighters in here are following those rules when it comes to the meterless launchers within the game? Like, hell, if you do Melina's meterless ball roll, okay, her classic ball roll, you gonna fuck around and find out how stupid that decision was, especially if you use it in the neutral. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Why am I stuck into this weird P90X bullshit when I'm defending against something that should already be rightfully minus on block? I get it if you were using a regular combo string that does not meterlessly launch me into the air. That makes sense. That makes total sense. But when you commit into a move that's a meterless launcher, we got a problem. Especially when it's safe on block. That's bullshit. Say, for example, I don't have the resources. Or say, for example, I'm not confident in my flawless blocking abilities. Say, for example, I don't want to go for the up block because, nigga, you got access to a low. And with the mix-ups in this game, it kind of destroys those two mechanics to a certain degree. I said the same shit about the flows bot mechanic back in MK11, how Sub-Zero kind of abuses the flows bot mechanic because he has an overhead and low. And it's not going to be possible for you just to fucking, oh, I'm going to flows block it. Even if you did, he was like -6 on his forward too. So it didn't even matter. But the point that I'm making is that there are characters in this game that are just like this nigga, where they're significantly safe on block to where they can challenge you again, despite the fact that they used a combo string, or at least the last hit of a combo string, to try and combo you it. And instead of them being rightfully unsafe on block to where they're getting fucked up for making that decision, okay, they could just do it again because they're being babysitted by NRS. Their hand is being held. Like, don't get me started on Lee May. And I love Lee May. She's one of my favorite female characters in the game. Don't get me started on her. Okay? But like, nigga, like if we look at this shit right here, right? I don't agree with Sonya Blade's overhead being safe on block. Frost's low makes sense why it's that unsafe. However, I don't agree with the fact that your damage gets reduced. That's not a good trade. Okay? Chameleon's following those rules. Tremor's following those rules. Of course, if you spend all of his resources, he can make it safe, which makes sense. It makes sense. You guys see where I'm going with this shit? Like, if you do Kung Lao's little tornado spin, it's up for you. Like, I'm gonna tell you right now, you getting folded. His overhead, right, is pretty slow, but it can catch you off guard every now and again. But you do have the ability to react to it in a sense, to where you can get an up block and a combo and shit like that, right? The player would just have to be smart on using Scorpion's overheads, right? This annoying ass bitch. Dude, the amount of Pharahs that I've gone against, bro, in this game is ridiculous. First of all, she has 3 meterless launchers. One's a mid, one's an overhead, one's a low. All 3 of those options are technically safe. I mean, the low, they added 2 more minus frames to where, like, you can go for like a standing 1 or a standing 2, whether it's a 7 frame or 8 frame or potentially 9 frame or maybe even a 10 frame normal, depending on the character that you're using, right? But she should be more minus on block. It's just, nigga, you can get a combo on me with all 3 options. And she has literally the fastest grab in the game, I think, because the shit's 9 frames. Her startup time when you summon her is 12 frames, so that's quick as hell. You barely can see that shit. Bro, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, when I was talking about Mortal Kombat, bro, I got bashed like really bad. Niggas acted like I didn't know what I was talking about. I had to show multiple videos of different people exposing the same shit I'm exposing. Only difference is I got bashed, got hated on, but these other people, they got praised, bunch of subscribers, views, and all this love and all this bullshit. And I'm just sitting here in the dark with all these damn negative ass comments and shit. Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. You suck at the game. You this, you that. It's funny because like this one nigga that was talking shit when I was using Johnny, even though I know Johnny Cage is stupid as fuck. And we can be honest here. I troll niggas. I said that back in Mortal Kombat 11. I troll niggas because I know how stupid he is as a character. We can all be honest here. He's stupid as fuck, especially in this game compared to his MK11 version. Because if he gets in on you, it's a problem. But at the end of the day, I just think it's very odd how you have characters like this that are following those rules. And then you got other characters that are like Liu Kang, Omni-Man, fucking Lee May, you know what I'm saying, that do their meterless launcher and they're not rightfully unsafe on block, to where the player doesn't necessarily have to learn how to hit confirm. If they see that you armored through it or neutral tucked it, they'll just stagger it because they know they can stagger it now. And they'll just call it a day, bro. It's just you're not really learning anything when you make a character like that. Like, you're not learning the pros and cons of you committing into a string that should technically be unsafe. If you do Kung Lao's back 2-4, it's up for you, bro. It's up for you. You're getting comboed. If you use Sub-Zero's back 2 and commit to it, it's up for you. I'm telling you. That's why hit confirming with these characters are so fucking important. And of course, you're gonna make mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. But practicing hit confirming in training mode and then trying to apply it online when you do go for that option is a great feeling because you practice that. But these other characters, especially certain ones, they're not following those rules, bro. They're literally just doing it. The player's just doing it and they're safe on block. And I'm talking about like block advantage. I'm not talking about, oh, there's holes in their combo string, you can go through it, so why complain? It's like, nigga, just in general, you should be safe off of a meterless launcher, something that can generate massive amounts of damage. Because if that player was to get hit, they have no choice but to break or just accept the fact that they're about to take massive amounts of damage from you. So I mean, that's all I really have to say about this. I think I'm wasting my time on this because I'm gonna just get bashed as usual. I'm gonna be the lame ass nigga in the group. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers gonna act like I don't know what I'm talking about as usual. I feel like I'm wasting my time. So. I might just delete my YouTube channel because I'm kind of over this shit now. But hopefully you guys are doing well out there, and thank you for looking at my video, even if you didn't leave a like or a comment, it's fine. It's whatever. Like I said, I'll probably get rid of the YouTube channel. I ain't making nothing off of this shit anyway. I just give my honest thoughts and opinions about shit that I find very stupid, especially if this game is supposed to be considered competitive. Because if you go to Tekken or Street Fighter and you do a meterless launcher, it's up for you. And like I said before, if you're using regular combo strings, right? Like if you use like Johnny Cage's 4-3-2-1, I believe it is, right? Which is his short range advancing 9 frame mid, right? Like they might have changed it to 10 frames. I'm not sure. I got to look at that because I know that they did certain shit with characters in this game. But nigga, like it makes sense if there was like a gap in that, or like you had to block it a certain way in order to go through this and that. That makes sense. But when you commit into a move that launches me meterlessly and then you're safe on block, what are we talking about? So, like I said, I can already see it coming, but it is what it is. I think I'm just wasting my time on this shit.